Hey, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Listen, it's We Be Talking. We here with another banging episode. How y'all doing? Hey. Listen, we're going to have a good show for y'all today. Please excuse my voice because I'm a little bit under the weather. But besides that,
get on top of it.
That's right. I'm a hey, hallelujah. You gotta know when to tell the Lord thank you. You gotta get some friends like my friends, okay? They'll set you straight, okay? When you start talking that foolishness, they bring you right back in. But anyway.
We be talking, what's the word? Everything you never heard. We be talking, oh.
So I'm your girl Tamara. Hey. That's my girl Sheikah.
Hey.
That's my girl Kim.
What up, Kim, girl?
Hey. And we Be Talking. Listen, our base, listen, she's a little bit on top of the weather.
On top of the weather.
Say again, listen. But she will be with us next week. But before we go into our topic, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to our channel. If you watch a video, click that like button, okay?
Please.
If you have not already subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe. Is this one person you on the fence about subscribing because you subscribing and unsubscribe? Listen, make up your mind, okay? Because you're not finna keep doing this every week. I'm looking at the number like it go went up one day and went back down. You're not finna do this to me, okay?
So make up. Call them out. Who it is?
I don't know who it is, but it's one person.
Y'all need to
don't be like that person.
I don't like it this week.
Come on now, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, okay?
And stay there.
Okay? Listen, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We have some really good content for you. Today, we're going to be talking about something really fun and really, I guess it can be embarrassing. It's just really personal, but we want to share it with y'all because we want to get to know y'all. We want y'all to get to know us on a more personal level. And so we want y'all to comment about your experiences as well. Okay, so our topic today is the first time we did it, or we're gonna talk about Kim. The first time Kim did it.
What?
Listen,
I just whole lot around here.
I don't know how I feel about this topic.
Why?
I know how I feel about it.
How you feel about it, Kim?
Downright mad.
What?
I think for the first time,
disappointed?
When absolutely.
Oh my God. See, so sometimes it don't live up to what you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've seen movies where, people were losing their virginity and it was just such a beautiful experience. And everybody, I thought my experience was going to be beautiful, and it was. Sorry, guys. But
you do a little laugh.
Did you go back? And it was.
It was
like, come
it
on,
was
back.
Beautiful. I didn't have like a bad experience like a lot of people did. So we're gonna share that with y'all today. What y'all think? Like, comment, and subscribe. Who want to start off? She can want to tell us about yours?
No,
first?
I do not.
I just want to start off and say I'm sorry, Mama.
Right? I don't know how I feel about this, but I had said. I wasn't gonna be the first one to start this off. I want to hear
I start.
Okay, Kim.
Okay, well, go ahead.
After I say my little piece, don't be asking me no more questions.
I'm gonna ask you.
I need specifics.
Oh, now.
I just made.
No. I wish I could be very specific, but anyway, let me start off by saying, my first time, I was chased down per se. Like I was pressured. You know what I mean? Like, I was talking to the dude, we was talking or whatever, but it kept coming up. And I'm like, no. And all my people that I hung with, they had already experienced it. So I'm just like, no. Because if you know that once you give it up, you ain't got nothing else to fight for. You got nothing else,
Yeah.
And being naive and young and whatever, even at a young age, I didn't want to let it go. If I had something over you, if I had something you wanted, I would not let it go, But peer pressure from the young man and from
That'll do it.
my peoples, my girls that I hung with. Go on, girl. Go on, do it.
You know what? They was hating. They was hating on you.
Go on, do it. It ain't that bad. And I'm like, no. Because I really did like the boy. And I'm like, what if it ain't right? Or what if, what if he don't like it? What if I do something wrong? It was all in my head. Come to find out, when I did give in, it was horrible. And it was horrible because, for one, I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't do anything. He didn't know what he was doing. So he really couldn't tell me what to expect, and it was a very selfish act to me, for a young woman. I was expecting balloons and, and stars and things like that. Right. And I think for a young man, they just expecting to get off, put another notch under your belt. And when I found out that's what his intentions were, I was crushed. Because I was like, I really liked you and I made you work for it. And, and you gonna do me like this. And not only this, I'm gonna say this. And once I say this, they probably know who I'm talking about. Know I'm talking about you, right? I'm gonna say this because this is what really got me. He had people looking in the window at us. Yeah. He had people looking in
while y'all were doing it?
Yeah. I didn't know until it was done, and they were just laughing, Yeah, they were laughing on the outside, and immediately after that, I first regretted it, of course. Now I no longer respected him. And I shut down like completely. Like it was no play for a long time after that, and I feel like a lot of young women just need to fight as hard as you can to keep it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because that really did something to me. It was like a long time.
It's like they stole your special moment.
Yes, girl. And I was like, oh my God. I never would have thought about, it being that particular person to do that because he was so sweet and I was just young, and
and so was he.
Not too young.
He was young and dumb too.
Yeah.
So he set people up to look in the window. He told them, hey, we're gonna be doing whatever.
But I mean, they were there and he didn't say leave, you know what I mean? And matter of fact, they were his younger brothers and cousins. So
yeah, he told them. Cause why would they be in the window? Did they if they didn't know that y'all so he was thinking about it. He was planning.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, it was a conversation we had all the time. Like, when are we? I'm here for you. When are we? What are we? I'm like, and my people was like, go on, it ain't that bad. Like I said, mama, please just go on now. But I absolutely immediately regretted the situation. This person, I know he ain't gonna do it. I know he ain't gonna treat me bad. I knew for a fact. And then I had my sisters and my cousins on this side saying, he a good guy, he this, go ahead, try it. If you don't like it, then okay, whatever, And so I felt like I was bamboozled almost. And I felt like I was taken advantage of. Not only that, he took it to school and told everybody about it at school, Oh, sorry, mama.
What question? What did he tell everybody?
That I was inexperienced.
Of course, you were a virgin.
I didn't know, what I was doing, basically.
But he knew that going into it.
So, and it was more like I got her, whatever. I got it basically, and it was almost like immediately. It was like, oh, it's over now. You know what I mean? But we were like talking for like a year, maybe some change, something like that. And it was like everything was over, everything was done, and it was done for me because of the
of course
standards. But if he'd come and said, I did not do that, that wasn't planned, blah blah blah, it probably would have been easier. He never stepped forward and apologized and said anything of the contrary. So he let me believe what I wanted to believe.
Good.
And my sister, them, oh my God, they went off. They looking for him. I'm like, don't even, because now you blow up that spot. Everybody don't, you know what I mean? Everybody don't know. He was like, she was like, no, and then you gonna take it to school, and then because I was quiet at school.
Of course.
Didn't really do nothing to nobody just to have it. And they were like, you talk to him? I'm like, I mean, that's just who I talk to. To me, looks wasn't everything. He wasn't like toe up, but he wasn't like, the best thing.
He wasn't cute. Let's put it that way.
He wasn't no Vernon Lynn Thomas Jr.
Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah.
But he and it was just it was bad. And I lived with that for a long time. Like for a long time, I didn't want to talk to nobody. Like boyfriend rise, I didn't want to. I just felt like so insecure, insecure for a long time.
Rightfully so. Yeah.
Right. And so when people would come up after that, I'm like, "Oh, you're really nice, you pretty, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh, whatever." And I think that's where the self-esteem issue came in at, because it was so traumatic for me.
Yeah.
And it just took me growing up, maturing, to understand that, for one, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to make him respect me, or you know what I mean. And he had no idea of how to cover me, and because he was young too, and he just went to the extreme,
Yeah.
So,
and that's probably the example he had. He probably knew of other boys.
There was no father in his home. There was no father in the home. And I feel like today is probably worse for young men, women and men, not just young women, but young women and men. I think it's worse, especially a life without Christ. You don't think about the consequences that it's gonna have.
And you don't see how important or valuable it is until you
lost it, basically.
I would say until Christ or get up some level of maturity.
Yeah.
Because I know some women who don't, it ain't valuable, I guess, but like you don't see the importance of keeping yourself until marriage. Having to deal with, especially those dealing with multiple partners.
Yeah.
Comparison to one or two, you know what I mean, to the other, or just soul ties, being connected to a person after giving yourself away in that manner.
Can I tell y'all something that happened after that? Like that I'm talking about every time after that, when I joined the military, got to meet people, I have always had to been covered up.
Oh man, yeah.
I had.
So you were always self-conscious after that.
Yep. And it had nothing to do with the size of my girls, because they were pretty big, that played a part in it too. But it's like, you remember how what's his name, doctor, when he came on and talked to us, it was no stability, it was no comfort, I didn't feel comfortable with nobody after that. And it took me being married, years into being married, to where he had to make me comfortable, as my husband.
So now you could just take that thing off and be like,
I would hope so, after being married as long as be like, if you're not, because I'm be like Franklin told me, you need therapy, you need counseling.
Clown. But no, we were married at least 6-7 years before I became comfortable with even like having a normal shower with him, or like being anywhere in the house other than the bedroom. You get what I'm saying? And it wasn't because I didn't want to, it was because I was still carrying this trauma, that this is how it's gonna turn out. This is how he's gonna feel. And it always played a thing in my mind. So I absolutely tell my nieces, tell my young cousins, save it. Don't let somebody pressure you into doing something you don't want to do, or you're not ready. Even if you're curious about it, just talk to somebody about it, and talk to somebody that has experienced that. And so you can get you can make the right decision, So that's my.
Well, listen, y'all, I want to tell y'all about my experience, because it wasn't like I didn't.
I don't even want to hear you, Tamara. Nah.
Tamara got one of those storybooks.
Yes,
I really did. But so my mom, me and my mom and my sister, we had went to Jamaica on vacation. And so the guy, I think my whole family know him, but I ain't gonna say no names. But the guy, he was there or whatever. And so it was almost as if there was like this infatuation with him. First of all, he was fine as crap. He had like the deepest dimples ever. I loved his laugh. It's crazy. because that was the same thing about my husband, my ex-husband, that I liked at first. He had the deepest dimples and he had like this infectious laugh. That's what I like. But anyway, so that's what attracted me to him. And so, you know, we were at a party. Can you imagine? And it was kind of like a house party. It was like his aunt's house or something or whatever. And so this was my first time having consensual sex. This was my first time saying, I want to do it. I want you to do it. Like, I want to do it with you. Yeah. And it wasn't like no kind of craziness, because y'all know what happened to me in the past. So this was me. For me, it was like, I'm in control. Like, I want this. Like, this is me saying, we're gonna do this. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So there was no pressure or nothing, but everything was like perfect. We're outside at nighttime, talking, looking up at the moon, you know, and just talking and stuff. And it was beautiful weather, you know, and we were in the country, so you could see the stars and the moon.
I got a question. So you say you were on vacation, you met him then, or had you been talking to him? Like, is this your boyfriend? Had you been talking before you got?
No, this is not my boyfriend. This is somebody that I met, and he was like,
so you know, oh, so this ain't nobody you have been talking to.
No, this is no. I
thought that was a key point. I just wanted to.
Yeah. You know what? She is shady as crap. Let me tell you. You know what though? I had a boyfriend though. But I didn't want to do it with him. Like, it wasn't. I had a boyfriend in New York where I lived, but I didn't feel comfortable, you know. But so when we were talking or whatever, and we started kissing and stuff, and this wasn't my first time kissing, but this was my first time kissing like, so passionately. It was like movie type kissing, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wait a minute, and it was like, oh, like I feel this, like this is what they talking about, like you feel a spark. Yeah. I ain't never felt this before. You know, so I was 100% in the mood. Like, my panties got wet and everything. I was like, wait a minute. And I think I was not aggressive, but I was like real firm on, we doing this tonight. Like, we gonna do this. And you know, he led the way, and it happened, and it hurted, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, stop. No. It was like, I know it hurt, but I want this, you know? So we did it. And then, you know what though? When we went back home off vacation, we were there for like 2 weeks. So we talked the whole time or whatever. But when we went back home, my mom knew instantly that something had changed, because I saw myself like as a completely different person. I felt like for once, listen, I felt like for once I had control. Yeah. Like this happened, and it's because I wanted it to happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like nobody trying to hold me down or nothing. Like, I did this. Yeah. I used to be looking at myself in the mirror like, yeah.
No wonder your mama. No wonder your mama do something.
This heifer done changed.
Listen, I changed. Wow. My mom, but the way my mom did it, it was like one day she was like, it was like a double take. Like, she looked at me, she gonna ask me, was I smelling myself? Yep. I was like, man, what are you talking about? Then I didn't want to look her in the face, because if I looked her in the face, she was gonna read. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Sure. Anyway, then I was doodling his name everywhere. She saw his name in my book. She saw his name on my shoe. Wow. She saw it I was completely, to me, at that my young age, I thought I was completely head over heels in love.
Oh man.
And that was it. And then for a long time, it was like, you know how they talk about, you talk about your first love and the effect that it can have on some people. Like, for a long time, like, if we had met up anywhere, anytime, regardless of who was talking to who or who boyfriend was this or that, it was on. Like, it wasn't, it didn't even matter. Yeah. It was just like he and I, and it didn't even matter. Like, you got a girlfriend or I got a boyfriend. Okay. Forget them. It's us. Yeah. For a long time. But like, so that was definitely a soul tie. And thank God it's been broken now, but that was my experience. What was your experience, Sheikah?
I'm
Open
gonna
it
say,
to my own.
don't
tell us
back out
yours.
now.
It was one. It was one for the books. It wasn't storybook, but I was in the same like kind of mind frame of Tamara. Like, I know I want to do this. I was scared to do it for multiple reasons, but you know, I knew I wanted to. And of course, it was with my husband right now, and we were super young. Oh, that it was my husband that took my.
Yes.
Yep, it was my husband. We were super young. I kind of like that too, the fact that it was him. Like,
of course,
my boo thing. That's something we share. I wish it would have been the other way around, like both of us, but you know, he was a little bit more experienced than I was. But it was we had been talking for a little while on the phone. We had been talking, and we had decided to be girlfriend and boyfriend, because before we decided to say, okay, we are a thing, I was like, no, I'm not doing that with you, whatever. I think we had our first kiss or whatever, but we hadn't done anything sexual at all. And I was just like, nope, because you're not my boyfriend. And I was a firm believer on, you ain't getting it unless we together. Which, as teenagers, what does that mean?
Right. 30 days.
30 days. No, it was more than 30 days, thank God. We have been talking for like maybe 4 or 5 months. About 5 months. I wasn't as year in as Kim was. It might be a little bit less, but around that time frame, like me just being his like friend, and we just talking, we're gonna be together, and then once I said, yeah, we could do this, because he kept asking, like, you gonna be my girlfriend? I'm like, I don't know. And I don't know why I was so hesitant. I think because he was popular. Like, everybody knew Dane McFadden, which bothered me.
That's probably why you were hesitant.
And it was almost like some of the teachers would be like, after I had, things had happened with us, when I had got pregnant in high school, they'd be like, oh, you Dane McFadden girls. I'm like, my name is Kashika. Yeah. My name Kashika Pelt. Look me up. But I wasn't as popular. Like, he was popular for multiple reasons. He had sisters that had went to the school before that was there. Like, once your siblings, and then people knew him because of that. Then his mom and his stepdad in the school system, so people knew them because of that. Like, he was just popular, and I was just like, He had made homecoming court during the time we were talking, stuff like that. And I was like, but so what happened was, when we got to that point, we decided to, go forward. Unlike, we didn't complete the act because it was painful to me. And I think my nerves were more so in the way.
Yeah.
I wasn't as relaxed, even though I liked this boy. Like, I'm about like, I was heads over heels for him. I really wanted to do this, but I wasn't as relaxed. I was super, super nervous. I thought I was gonna get pregnant immediately, even though he had on a condom. And that's a whole nother thing. Like, when he came out that bathroom, I had to tell this part.
You better not.
Anyway, y'all know the story. But it was just like, what is that? And you remember on the wood? She was like, what is that? I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Where you putting that at?
Yeah, but he got it together. But it wasn't comfortable for me. And I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting something else. Like, I think that was what was it. I was expecting like this thing, and it wasn't that. And I'm
it wasn't comfortable for me either.
I was like, wait, hold. But he was such a gentleman. He was like, this nigga told me later on, he was like, man, I'm kind of frustrated that you was a virgin, because I just wanted to. He
just wanted to put it in.
He wanted to do it. He just wanted to do it, but he couldn't.
Oh my God.
Because he was telling me, like, leading up to it, like, I'll be gentle, I'll be slow, I won't do this. And so it wasn't the best feeling at all. And so he was, he was just like, you want to stop? So that's why we stopped. Like, yeah, can we do this another time? He was like, yeah, we can. Because I said, I don't want to hurt you. I was like, okay, let's do it another time.
So I got a question for you. With that being one of you guys' memory, that you guys will always share together, what would you tell your children? Like, what would you tell younger? I mean, you know what I mean? Because yours didn't end as tragic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I tell my girls all the time, just because this is how me and your daddy ended up.
Yeah,
that is rare. That is rare. Yeah. Like, and then I tell them when I look back at a lot of the girls that got pregnant that were in relationships with guys, and not only just that, but just was in relationship with guys. When me and Daniel were in relationship, I had a couple of people that I knew. I think it's one more other girl, and she's actually like family. Her husband's still together. And I remember they were girlfriends, and they got kids, and they're still together. But
yeah,
and it's like I said, it's very rare.
It definitely is rare.
I don't know any other couple that was going heavy, going strong, that was together. Girls that had got pregnant by guys. I don't know anybody that I can think of, and I might be missing, but I don't know any other couple that's with their significant other. It just doesn't happen.
I know one in my school, but I don't think they had kids in school, but they started there and they have kids now, and they're
still together. And it's a rare thing. It happens, but it's rare. It's like 1 out of 10 or something, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So that being said, I always tell them, don't be like, oh, I'm gonna be with this guy and give my body to this guy because mom and dad are together. Don't do that. It's just not how it works. So I always encourage them to do it the correct way.
It's scary even when you're doing it the right way, so God forbid it's not scary when you're not doing it the right way,
I encourage my daughter to wait too, but I always say, like, if she were to not listen to me and not wait, I would want her to have a pleasant experience. I don't want her to have like a traumatizing experience that's going to have an effect on her long term,
Absolutely.
That's gonna kind of like how your experience was, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't want my daughter to have that type of experience because I tell her to wait, but that don't mean she gonna wait.
Right.
Because my mom
didn't say don't wait.
My mom told me. I think my mom did tell me to wait. I don't think she stressed it a lot. Sex wasn't something that we talked about a lot, but it was implied. It was almost as if she said it. She said it like subconsciously, and I understood like this is not what I'm supposed to do. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I wanted that thing.
My mom was very not doing it.
And look, set it off. Once I got it, Jesus Christ. I wanted it all the time. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
So that's how we prematurely open ourselves up, and a lot of women don't understand that. To me, it was totally opposite. I was like, ain't nothing else coming up in here. You know what I mean?
Well, like Tamara,
time, but because you had a pleasant experience.
I was gonna say similar to her, even though my experience wasn't great, I was in a place where I was just, I'm
gonna do it again, right?
You know what I mean? So we're gonna try this again. And I was so disappointed that it didn't happen the way I said it was supposed to happen.
We talk junk about it.
I'm gonna give you this, but the same thing, like once it went through the right way.
That was it. Oh
my God, I will tell y'all the story.
Now, let me ask y'all a question. I got to answer. We could cut this off if you want to. Were y'all when you did it the first time, were you only in a missionary position?
Nah, I wasn't.
Me neither.
I told you I had my back turned.
Oh, okay. We started off.
I was, you know what I mean? I didn't know, and it was like, I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know what's about to go down, but it was like, oh my God, traumatizing. Yeah. And it wasn't, and that's another thing. He wasn't even a gentleman to make me comfortable,
Right.
It was like, okay,
wanted what he wanted, how he wanted it. He was selfish. Right. Well, we started off missionary, and like I said, like I felt in control. I felt like I was, want to control the situation. I got on top. Didn't know what I was doing. How would I listen?
Oh, sorry.
Your first time?
My first time, I did. Yeah.
What did he think? Look at you.
He was.
Listen,
I guess he was probably thinking like, "Whoa, hey." But you know,
Do you know if it was his first time or not?
oh no, it was not his first time.
Okay.
It was not his first time. It was my first time. And I don't know what came over me.
No, it was missionary for me the whole time. Again, it didn't work out. But I remember like we tried it like because the second time we tried it, we were in the truck. It didn't work out. Like it was a horrible, and it was just like I had on a the second time we tried, I had on a sweater that was, like frilly, like hairy. It was like a hairy sweater, and one of the hairs got in my eye.
Can you imagine trying to get the
never forget it. And I'm just like, oh, wait, go, stop. I heard, get up, go, bye. It was horrible. Even though I got pregnant with them early and everything, I don't regret it now, looking back. Probably would have done it, of course, a little bit younger.
Different.
Older. Ooh, yeah. Be freer earlier. But so young, our kids are getting out of the way. And we still got a lot of life to live, and we'll have time to do it without we can focus on it. And
yes,
on top of that,
it's get it on the back end.
It turned out good. It ain't like they had a bad life, and they turned out to be, okay. So
yeah.
More than
they turn out to be great. You be modest.
They turn out to be pretty good. I mean, they're not perfect kids at all, but
ain't no kids.
We ain't talking about that. We're talking about the parenting and what you guys went through.
Yes.
Get them to where they are right now.
But listen, remember the Lord carried me through that.
Come on now.
But yeah, when it comes to that situation, I think I was so, I don't know. And yeah, being that we share that, we talk about it a lot, like with our kids. We want them to like be more, make better choices than we did. But don't automatically assume that it's gonna work out. So don't just be giving your body to anybody.
Right.
And the perfect will of God, the perfect will of mom is that they be married before they give their body away.
Yeah.
Of course, that's not the case.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So I know we ain't got a whole bunch of time, but if you were your mom, either one of you, if you were your mom, what would you have told yourself back then? What would you have done different as you're in your mom's position?
Honestly, my mom was very open with me. My mom was the disciplinary.
Yeah.
So, and at this point in my life, my mom was the head of the house because my father was not in the house. He was absent. And I always say if he had been in the house, probably would have been different. But I believe my mom, I would have said everything my mom said to me and done everything. But my mom was the way it came off was very strong. Mm-hmm. I think that was just my perception of her. Very strong. And I was afraid to go to her.
Yep.
Because I felt like I'm gonna get my head knocked out.
Yeah.
My mom was this and she didn't play.
Yeah.
And that was made known, like, don't cross me. So I would have went to her about sex the first time. And so that's what I would have do different. I would be as open because I love the fact that she was open with me. I knew some friends that didn't know half the stuff I knew, and it didn't come from them. It came from her, She was open. She explained a lot. She told me a lot. I wasn't ignorant to certain things. Even when it came to the biblical side, when I was having sex, I knew it was outside of what Christ wanted, outside of the word of God. That didn't stop me, But my thing is, I had knowledge. I had an understanding of what I was doing. So I would have been, what my approach was a little bit different than hers. Mm-hmm. Same thing, but the approach was different. I just kind of I was a little softer with them. And I wanted them to know, because of what I had went through, that I don't care. Come talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock your head off. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I need to
That's
know
important
for your protection. Yeah. And it worked out.
That's important.
What about you, Tamara?
I think I probably would have reinforced it a little bit more because, like I said, it wasn't a conversation that we had often. It was like, I said it and I heard you and I understand. So yes, I know, don't have sex, because my mom used to tell my sister and I all the time, if we ever got pregnant, we gonna move out to the subways And anybody who lived in New York, you know, them rats in the subways were huge. And even though she didn't mean it, I felt like, that it was a threat.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I'm gonna, you know, but it was that threat. So it was kind of like the fear was there, but I don't feel like I would be able to, you know, just sit down and talk about stuff like, maybe, I don't know. But because my mom is pretty cool now, like I talk to her about anything now, you know, of course, we're both grown up. I'm an adult, Mom, you know, but I think I would have reinforced it a little bit more and not be so much, so hard, like, so, you know, just make it comfortable, make it a space to where I can go and talk to you about it. Like if I was trying to do it, like, okay, Mom, I think I want to have sex. I've been thinking about it. Because I want my daughter to come and talk to me. Like if she's thinking about, she wants to go and have sex, I want her to talk to me, because if I can't talk her out of it, I want to make sure that she's protected. You know what I'm saying? So I would have loved to have that, but it's okay. You know, we live and we learn.
Yes, Lord. For me, my mom was strict. Like it was taboo to even talk about it. And, you know, and I can say it now without hurting her feelings, because I think the first time I said it kind of hurt her feelings a little bit. But
and I think their intentions, they knew what they were doing, that, you know, their intentions, like them trying to hear us say you was harsh and I didn't feel like I could come to you. That bothers them. That bothers them. Yeah.
I found that out the hard way. But but I could not go to her and talk to her about it, because like you said, she would have not only knocked my head off, but locked me down even more so than she was, because we couldn't do anything. And I think it had to do with her being hurt at such a young age, her having kids at such a young age, and you push that hurt off on the kid, you push that fear off on the kid.
Yes.
And so if I could change anything, I love my mama for what she did, and you look back and like, thank you for being hard, because I could have been everywhere, you know. But I look back and I say, okay, so with Skylar, like I said, I want her to be able to come to me and talk to me about whatever it is she got to talk about, you know, because some things I was really insecure about that I probably could have went to my mom and talked to her about it, you know.
So let me ask this: do anybody regret their first time?
I do, absolutely.
I do. You know, and here's what I'm gonna say: I don't regret it. Like I wanted to do it with him. It just wasn't. It didn't feel good, so it didn't work out. But I wanted to do it again. Like I wasn't nothing that I was like, oh, I hate I did it. It's just like, dang, I hate we didn't make the, you know, we didn't hit the mark. But I didn't regret it. And
I wanted to, but I felt like I was in love, you know. But immediately, you know what I mean? After that, it was bad. It was absolutely bad. And I look back, I'm like, well, I was stupid. Like, what were you doing, girl?
You were young. You were young and inexperienced.
And I could have really raised him. I could have really talked about how bad he was, but I didn't do that, you know?
See, but even though you were young and inexperienced, you were more mature than he was. Yeah. Because, you know,
he was like 2 years older than me. He was with my sister. He was, same grade as my sister. And when I say she went hunting for him at school, good. I ain't never seen her like that.
She wasn't gonna have it.
Don't do my sister like that, you know. And yo, ugly, that she ain't have to be with you. We pushed her into. I was like, Lord. So that's why I should have just stuck to my guns.
Yeah.
And left it alone. So
well, shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know, what happened didn't happen, and we can't change it.
Yeah.
You know,
if I see him to this day, I spit on him. No. And not on his head.
Wait, so if you were to see, well, this doesn't pertain to you, but if you were to see the guy who took your virginity today, what would you say to him?
I probably wouldn't say nothing. I probably wouldn't even speak. I don't think.
Listen, if he would have known then that you were the best thing that would have happened to him, it would have been different. But he was too young to know.
What would you say?
I would say high and by.
High and by. I don't even think he would have to say something to me first for me to say.
I'm gonna get up out of there. Because what I'm not gonna do is put myself in a compromising position.
Come on now, we gotta know
get up out of there.
What we capable of, huh?
Absolutely.
What I would say is, why you come out that bathroom?
She gonna be like, babe, how was your day at work? That's what she gonna say to her first love. Tell us, guys, comment down below. Tell us what y'all think. If you want to share your experience, feel free to do so. We'd love to hear about it. But
And
comment.
look, again, don't forget to like, comment.
Yes, please do. Please like.
Go to our channels. Go to our
Share.
go to our YouTube channel, but go to our different social media. We got a lot going on there. So yeah.
Yes.
Share it.
Yes,
Click
yes,
it.
yes. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and do all of that. We love y'all.
Oh, and make sure you jump on Wednesdays for our fun fact with BB.
Because we have giveaways, but if nobody participates, we get none away. So
absolutely.
See you guys.
Okay.
Bye.
You heard it. You heard it here first. Bye.
Talking, oh, talking.